Two hot topics in today's episode: the alleged people behind the September 21 violence in Mendiola, and more senators to be dragged into the flood control controversy. Good morning. I'm Attorney Karen Jimeno, and this is At the Forefront. As the September 21 Mendiola rally descended into chaos, accusations emerged of a plot to fund the storm and burn Malacanang. 4 individuals were tagged: former Executive Secretary Attorney Vic Rodriguez, former Manila Congressman Harry Ang Ping, former Manila City Administrator Bernie Ang, and Attorney Ferdinand Topacio. Why were they implicated? Is this a case of political demolition or a serious charge that demands accountability? With us this morning is public interest lawyer and political vlogger, Attorney Ferdinand Topacio. Good morning, Attorney Ferdy.
Yes, good morning, Panyera Karen. Always good to be here at Bilyonario.
And it's always good to have you. So let's start. What happened during that day when Duterte's supporters were at Liwasang Bonifacio last September 21? Was there really a plan beforehand for those people in the rally to eventually march to Mendiola?
Actually, it was more of a spur-of-the-moment decision. And, even if there were plans, there is nothing inherently wrong with that. That is part of the rights of the people under the Constitution to peaceably assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances. So I don't see anything wrong with being at Liwasan or eventually marching to Mendiola.
Yes, that's true. May video kasi na nakuha mula sa isang nagsalita sa Liwasang Bonifacio na nagsasabing susugurin at susunugin ang Malacanang. Meron ba kayong knowledge of any groups that had plans to do this beforehand?
Ang natatandaan ko is that I heard someone saying, handa niyo yung mga lighters ninyo, which led someone in government to the conclusion that we were going to burn down Malacanang. Now, I asked them what the lighter was for, and someone answered that they planned to hold a candlelight vigil on Mendiola Bridge. So I said, let's scratch that idea because, number one, it looks like it was going to rain. There were gusts of wind, so I don't think that's practical. Number two, since we have already been hearing reports over media that there were some disturbances occurring, I said, let us not do anything that may be misconstrued as being destructive. So, we scrapped that idea. So, yung sinasabing lighter ni Secretary John Vic Remulla, tingin ko napakahirap naman sunugin ng isang gusaling kasi laki ng Malacanang sa pamamagitan ng lighter. Habang ikaw ay tinatransyon, tinitirgas ng mga PSG. So,
Tsaka lighter lang. Kahit naman sabihin mo na magsusunog, bakit lighter lang, ang liit-liit.
Exactly.
Unless, yun, I suppose, kung meron kayong dala na yun yung
Molotov
sisindihan.
siguro, yes.
So, which really happened in this case. Merong Molotov cocktail bombs.
Yes, but it did not come from us. It's very clear. Actually, kung gusto niya mag-imbestiga, mga pulis naman yon, it is under the DILG. Noong dumating po kami at the corner of Moraita and Recto, there was a phalanx of riot police. And we dialogued with them. Together with me was retired General Esperidion Javier. We approached the police. Naka-hands up kami as a sign that we are not armed. Sabi namin, mga kasama, nandito po kami para magmarcha. Wala po kayong dapat alalahanin sa amin sapagkat hindi po kami manggugulo kay may mga estudyante, empleyado, professional, retired policemen. We are just here to air our grievances. Ngunit may isa pong grupo na along Recto na. And I think this was covered by media who started to attack. What we did...
Ito ba yung mga nakamask?
Yes, nakamask.
Grupo?
Actually, they tried to join us from Liwasang Bonifacio. But what we did was, we asked them, we accosted them. We asked them, sino kayo? At you are not part of us. So, ang ginawa po namin, tumigil po kami sa may Quiapo. naglalagay kami ng mga marshal sa likod para hindi sila makasunod. Evidently, they took another route around the recto. Hindi ko alam kung saan sila dumaan. At nandun sila. You know what I did? Kasi nagtatakbuhan na po. To show that we were not part of it. Kasi sabi ko, huwag kayo magpanik. Pag tumakbo kayo, baka sabihin kasama kayo. You know what we did? And I think this was captured by a lot of cameras. Pinaupo ko yung grupo namin.
Para ma-distinguish kayo
to distinguish
dun sa...
and to show that we are not running. And we were not throwing anything because it's difficult to throw anything. It would be ridiculous to throw stones while you're sitting down. So, pinakita namin na kami ay payapa. And then, when we arrived at Mendiola, nakalusot po kami kasi sumugod po yung mga riot police. So, we proceeded to Mendiola. There was a solid phalanx. I think 4 or 5 deep na mga police. The ground commander, I looked for the ground commander. It was a certain General or Colonel Aberin. And I told him, Sir, ako po si Attorney Topacio. Sabi niya, kilala ko po kayo. Sir, wala po kayong alalahanin. We will just hold a 5-minute program in front of Mendiola. Symbolic naman lang yung Mendiola eh. Hindi naman para lusubin mo yung Malacanang. That would be foolhardy.
Bakit importante sa inyo na sa Mendiola nyo gawin yung programa?
Well, it gives the effect that we are able to relay our grievances to the chief executive.
Sa may Malacanang.
Yes, o doon sa bridge. Pero hindi
Yeah.
mo mape-penetrate yun, imposible. Unless siguro mga kalahating milyon ka, ma-overrun mo. Kasi may mga truncheons, may mga equipment sila pang disperse. So sabi ko, pwede po ba mag 5-minute program lang po kami, after which we will disperse. Alam niyo kung bakit gusto na namin mag-disperse at that time? Kumakagat ng dilim, and there were also other groups na talagang unruly.
Ito yung mga nakamask.
Yes, so sabi namin, and then may dumadating na ng ibang grupo na yung mga left-leaning na medyo maingay. Sabi namin, baka ma-infiltrate, baka magkaroon ng confusion, madamay kami. Nag-program kami, we even cut it short because of the approach of another group with red banners. After that, kung facing po ng Mendiola, kumanan kami yung papuntang National Teachers College, and we dispersed before dark. So, tapos na po yung maisog, yung galing sa liwasan na grupo namin, before dark, dispersed na po yun. Wala na po yun. Although, yung iba po, nasa vicinity, ako nga bumili pa ng kapit tinapay dun sa 7-Eleven po malapit dun eh.
So you have corroborating witnesses kung nasaan ka, sa the whereabouts mo. So what's your reaction to the allegation that you were part of a group that funded the violence during the Mendiola rally?
I don't even know where that came from, kasi someone must have pulled it out of their ass. Kasi unang-una, hindi po ako organizer dun sa Liwasang Bonifacio. So, my day was like this. I went to Gate 4 of Camp Aguinaldo, wearing a PDP shirt with my name on it. So, kung ikaw manggugulo, ba't talagay mo pa yung pangalan mo? Diba, why identify
Well, I suppose
yourself?
in this case, the insinuation is that you and the 3 others, Attorney Vic Rodriguez, Bernie Ang, and Harry Angping, funded the group na ng gulo. So parang hindi halatang affiliated sa inyo dahil iba yung suot ninyo, iba rin yung suot nila.
Well, unang-una, okay I do not talk to Vic Rodriguez. I've not talked to him for the longest time.
So hindi kayo magkasama rin sa rally? Magkaiba yung grupo ninyo?
From what I've heard, he was abroad. Okay. Si Bernie Ang, the last I talked to him was during a seminar sa PDP headquarters. Kasi yung PDP headquarters is in a building that belongs to him. Si Harry Angping, natatawa nga ako, I called him, he's a friend of mine from way back, from the time of Mayor Lim, politiko na yan. I called him and I said, Harry, baka may nakakita sa atin nung manonood tayo ng concert ng Air Supply. Baka sabihin doon tayo.
So ganun katagal pa yung last nakita ninyo?
Recent yung Air Supply, last week. Pero sabi ko...
last week lang pala yun.
Pero sabi ko, never kaming mag-indulge in violence. Even yung circular ng PDP has emphasized that wag tayong gumawa ng karahasan. Ito na lang, Karen, ang masasabi ko. In all sincerity, baka hindi magandang marinig ng iba. Pero gusto ko sabihin, mamatay na ang buong angkan nung nag-umpisa, nagbigay ng pera, nagpakulo noong violence na yon. Kasi lagi ko sinasabi ng rally, sinabihan ko pa yung grupong yon, huwag niyo sasaktan ng mga pulis. Sila'y hindi natin kalaban. Sila'y ninakawan din katulad natin. Bakit niyo sasaktan ng pulis?
Oo, at bakit nagsunog pa ng container truck, ng motorsiklo?
Ang tingin ko, Karen, although speculative at this point, is that this is a false flag operation. There is someone who is interested in creating an atmosphere of chaos to justify the cracking down on the legitimate opposition. Alam kong wala akong pruweba, pero this is what I think it is. Kasi Karen,
So your theory is more than an opposition to the government, baka part pa ng government yun
maaari kasi kita nyo di ba kaalyado ng majority ngayon, yung so-called Makabayan Bloc, so-called hindi ko sinasabing talagang Makabayan sila. Sinong mga naaresto? Sinasabi na ni Colonel Ines, yung spokesman ng PNP. Mga miyembro ng Gabriela, miyembro ng Akbayan, miyembro ng ACT Teachers Party List.
Yun ang mga naaresto.
Sila yung mga naaresto, confirmed ng police. Sinong dumalaw? Confirmed din yan. Sinong dumalaw dun sa mga naaresto? Si Sara Ilago, si Reneco, si Congressman Titinho, si Tonching Tinio. Kami wala. Kasi wala kaming pakialam dun sa mga taong yun. We do not know them from Adam. At saka sino bang may history of violence? Ang PDP ba? O yung mga makakaliwang mga grupo?
So are you saying make crackdown? The other theory would be yung nag-fund is to incite violence supposedly against the administration para mag-crackdown
Maaari
sa
kasi
left.
ang bilis nilang magsabi. Wala pa nga investigasyon. Sasabihin nila, ako, si Vic Rodriguez, si Harry Angping, di ba? O si Bernie Ang. Ang bilis Ay, investigahan nyo naman. Ano ba sinabi ng mga tao? Sino ba nagbayad sa kanila? Wala ba nagtanong man lang doon sa mga tao?
Well, a lot of the people that were detained, around 200 na raw yung nahuli at na-detain, wala daw legal representation. Would you or your group volunteer to help them out in terms of legal representation para lumabas din yung katotohanan?
No, we cannot because to provide them with legal representation would mean to condone the violence that they committed. Naglabas na po ng opisyal na pahayag ang PDP na kinokondena po namin yung violence.
Well, Congresswoman Sara Ilago was here yesterday and she said na merong mga naaresto, including minors, na wala naman daw kinalaman sa gulo. And she was able to talk to some of the families of the people detained. And they said na yung iba nandun lang para maki-usyoso or yung iba nag-video at TikTok lang doon, pero naaresto pa rin. So, it seems like kung totoo man yun, merong mga casualties, yung mga walang kinalaman sa violence that were arrested.
Yes, that may be, but it does not detract from the fact that there seems to be an orchestrated effort to pin on the legitimate opposition the violence that occurred last September 21. Delikado po yan Ma'am Karen. You know why? Because if you crack down on the legitimate, peaceful opposition, ano matitira sa'yo? Yung violent, extremist opposition. So, anong mangyayari sa bansa natin kung ang iipitin mo yung lehitimong mga oposisyon?
Are you willing to participate in an investigation regarding this matter?
Definitely, because we have nothing to hide. At I'm willing to take a lie detector test basta hindi lang compromised yung agency na gagawa niyan. Oo, kasi wala talaga, wala po. Oo.
Can you say the same thing on behalf of Harry Angping, Bernie Ang, and Attorney Vic Rodriguez? Will they be willing to participate in an
I do
investigation?
not know, but I personally know Bernie Ang. Konsihal pa yan nung panahon ni Mayor Lim, and I was with the city government of Manila. Very gentle. The man could not hurt a fly. Si Harry Angping, kilala ko rin yan. At although minsan he can be passionate, walang history of violence
Kung makakaharap mo yung mga rallyista na nanggulo, ano ang sasabihin mo sa kanila?
Well, I would ask them who paid them. Sino bang pasimuno? Kaya lang, as you know, Ma'am Karen, it is so easy to conceal oneself through the use of layers dito. We may never know the truth. Pero ako, I can in good conscience say na hindi po kami ng gulo. Nandun din po kami. Muntik na nga kaming madamay, and you can ask the people there, including retired General Javier. At na kami nga umatras because yung phalanx were going to go forward to intercept that group. Bakit kami manggugulo kung kami nadadaplis-daplisan din doon? At nagbukas pa nga yung iba ng payong to ward off yung mga flying projectiles doon.
Sa iyong palagay ba, marami pang rally na padating for this anti-corruption movement?
Yan pa isa, Ma'am Karen, Palagay ko, they're doing this to send a chilling effect na wag na kayong mag-rally sapagkat baka mapagbintangan kayo kung may violence. This is intended to dissuade. Saywar ito to dissuade people from exercising their rights under the Constitution. Pananakot po ito. At hindi ako magtataka kung mag-fabricate ng evidence against us and i-arrestuhin kami. At magkaroon ng mga measures para sikilin ang mga karapatan ng mga tao na ihayag ang kanilang mga saloobin.
In your opinion, ano ang theory mo? Who is behind this? Yung kung meron man totoong nag-fund doon sa nag-cause ng violence sa Mendiola, sino ang suspicion mo?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. Pero we want to make it clear na hindi po kami. Can you imagine a certain a group identified with Makabayan, yung si Jerry De Gracio, even posted on social media na naiintindihan daw niya kung bakit nagkaroon ng violence kasi biktima rin ng violence yung mga nag-commit ng violence. He is justifying violence in the streets. Never po namin ginawa yan. We cautioned against it. Ang dami-dami ko pong interviews na ma-access nyo online. Lagi kong sinasabi, tayo ay mapayapa because ang Pilipino na nananakit ng kapwa Pilipino ay hindi tunay na Pilipino. And here is this guy saying na justified na manakit dahil sila rin daw ay nasaktan. Sino dapat na imbestigahan? Kami ba? O yung mga nagja-justify ng violence? I mean, come on, di ba? These people are barking up the wrong tree, which is always the case under the present administration.
Well, last question. Magkakaiba yung mga locations ng mga rally last September 21. Yung rally daw sa Liwasang Bonifacio ay DDS rally. Would you agree with that? Meron bang sariling agenda yung rally sa Liwasang Bonifacio?
Ang agenda namin is Marcos resign. Talagang yun ang pinapanawagan namin. Hindi mo mapipigil. May mga tao talaga roon na as Duterte supporters at sumisigaw sila, Duterte, Duterte. Oo. Legitimate din naman yun. Wala namang masama po roon. Ganon din naman yung agenda doon sa Gate 4. Marcos resign, hold those accountable. Huwag tayong humanap ng scapegoat. Walang dapat exemption. Pare-pareho po yan. I was never in the People Power Monument, by the way, contrary to what some people say. Nakakatawa nga. Binudaw ako roon. Sayang lang daw hindi nila screenshot. Hindi nyo po may screenshot. I was never at the People Power Monument. From Gate 4, nagutom ako, kumain ako sa isang fast food joint, then pumunta na po ako sa Liwasan.
So Liwasang Bonifacio lang talaga yung rally that you attended?
Yung sa Gate 4 din po. When we called for a noise barrage na marami namang nag-respond ng mga dumadaan po. At when we called for accountability, I gave a short speech there in the same way that I gave practically the same speech sa Liwasang Bonifacio.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Attorney
ma'am. Thank
Ferdy
you so much.
Topacio. And it was good to hear your side of the story.
Yes, thank you. And I'm always glad to be here. It makes me feel like a bilyonaryo, kahit hindi.
Thank you.